Alright, so the new Roblox build app was officially launched as public test in New Zealand yesterday on July 28th, as a part of David Bazuki's whole plan to remove all limits of course, but I wanted to see if anyone actually made any games with it yet. And to do that, I searched up Roblox build on Twitter and managed to find this post featuring a game called Ruins Raider, which was made by this guy as you can see here. Now I basically made this entire thing using a new mobile app, and even said that he did everything using text prompts on his phone, because he wanted to see how far he could push the app and test how it all works. So that basically confirms that he actually never used Roblox Studio to fix anything up or make any changes at all, and what we're looking at is fully 100% AI generated by the Roblox build app. So as you can see in this game that I'm playing right now, you have to move your character around like usual, but you can't really jump since that's the way the game is intended. And to get things going, you're pretty much relying on just walking around the map, timing your steps on these moving platforms to get across these gaps, and making sure you avoid being hit by certain hazards in the game. Now the game gives you 3 life points, and whenever you get hit by one of these arrows, you take some damage and lose a life point. And if you lose all 3 of them, it sends you right back to the starting point, so you have to try all over again. But the main goal here is just walk around and collect these 3 blue diamonds hiding in places around the map, and once you finally grab all of them, you get the screen that says, well, congratulations, you did it. But all you can really do after that is just restart the whole game from the beginning, and that's pretty much how the game works. Pretty simple. But the crazy part is that all of these mechanics actually work together the way they're supposed to work, since the AI figured out how to design a whole map, build some traps to damage your life points and stuff, and it pretty much serves its purpose of what a minigame can actually be. The only thing a person has to do to make something like this is type some text prompts into the app on their phone, and the program tries to put all the pieces together for you, since you can literally just tell the chat what kind of game you want to see, and it handles all the background stuff, so you never have to write a single line of code or place any parts down yourself. Think about how much time someone usually spends using the skills they learned to build a map, make hitboxes and game mechanics work, and maybe animate some race to bring some life to it, because that part of the setup is literally 80% of the tedious work that developers use to get hired for. Now with this Roblox build app, a game director can just get that entire phase in only a few minutes or seconds before even opening the actual Roblox studio to polish the game. And the fact that all this stuff can actually function for merely typing some text prompts is really bad news, especially for builders and scripters who work on projects made by bigger studios for a living. Now you might be watching this video thinking that this update is just going to ruin the platform by flooding a front page for really bad low quality games that nobody wants to play, and that's actually what I thought back when I made a video about this a week ago. But the truth is that the worst generated games do not really matter, because Roblox uses an algorithm that tracks how long people actually stay inside the game before they leave. If someone uses the app to generate a really boring game, and people end up leaving after only a few seconds, the algorithm would just list the game very low to the point where nobody will ever find it. However, the real problem we need to talk about actually comes from what happens when game directors use this app to build a foundation of a good game while skipping the need to hire anyone for the job. When you look at how real games are usually made on this platform, you have to remember that a game director normally hires a whole team of talented people to handle different parts of the project. So a normal development team needs real builders and scripters and animators to spend months putting everything together before the game is eventually tested to see if everything works. These creators have spent years working hard to get good at what they do, and they rely on getting hired for these projects so they can make a living on this platform. But this new Roblox AI game creator app is basically a huge replacement for all those jobs, because a game director can just use their phone to generate the base of the game without even needing to pay anybody. Instead of paying a real builder to make a map, or paying a real scripter to write some code to make the mechanics work, the director can just type a text prompt and have the app handle all the hard work, and this essentially means that the average user or game director no longer needs to rely on paying these creators to build their projects from scratch anymore. All the money they used to circulate in the economy between normal players and real freelancers will now bypass the freelancers entirely and go straight to the pockets of the Roblox corporation. The base level of the build app is free to use right now, but a company is going to charge money for the more advanced features that let people make even better functioning games with the program. Every time a game director pays for a plus subscription or a paywall feature, instead of hiring a real builder or scripter, the corporation is basically taking all the money they used to keep the developer ecosystem running. And what that means is the freelance economy is going to be hit really badly with this, because the barrier to entry is going to be non-existent very soon, and anyone can make a working game just by using text prompts on their phone or tablet. So unfortunately, all the developers who dedicated their time to learning how to script their builds are going to find it much harder to get jobs when the people who usually hire them can use an AI chat app, and it puts the real talent in a really bad position, because they cannot compete with a system that generates a working game with working mechanics in only a very few seconds, or a few minutes total based on how much iterations it takes. Even if the AI generated games currently available are pretty basic right now, like that Ruins Raider game I played earlier, the fact that AI can actually build a working game loop puts real jobs at risk, since the game director can just use text prompts to create the map and the game mechanics on their phone, then polish the game on their PC using Roblox Studio instead of hiring an actual legitimate team. And by doing that, the platform is taking all the money that builders and scripters could have made by using subscriptions and paywalls so they can keep it all for themselves. Thus, all we can really do is expect the freelance economy to go downhill from this point forward.